Hey guys, Matthew here once again with another video on EVE Online as part of a sponsorship, as I recently had the chance to jump back into the game to try out some of the new stuff that was included in the new Revenant expansion that they put up, and basically to also relearn the game and explore a bit more than I did last time, because last time I didn't get to do too much. I was still kind of learning the ropes and getting my footing in the game overall. So got another video here that's going to basically go over what some of the new stuff is, my experience with EVE a second time around, and just some of the highlights or, overview of the stuff I partook in over the past couple of days, because I did play it for probably about 6 hours total, and yeah, got a bigger, deeper look at what the game currently has to offer and is as a whole. So if you're unfamiliar, EVE Online, big MMO space sandbox game where you can do basically anything, and we'll go over that in just a sec. This is the trailer for the new expansion in the background, the Revenant expansion, which first of all, the cinematics in this game, pretty goddamn top tier. Always happy to watch some high tier video game cinematics, and this one just is pretty insane. So it's for the new Revenant expansion, which introduces some new ships, these new guys that you go against, drifters, and then in turn through doing that you can get new deathless ships, which are a couple of big new ships, and whole new threat that you've got to take on, etc. But the other new stuff that's coming in the Revenant expansion that just then dropped a few days ago is, let's see, we've got some more corporation stuff. So a corporation is basically a guild that, can help you do plenty of tasks that you might join in with like-minded individuals, whether that's more PvP, whether that's just joining a corporation so you can actually get a bit more into the game. They can help you out, they can help start you off and all that. You can then skin your corporations a bit more in this expansion. You can customize your ships more than you otherwise would have been able to before. So even though the ship customization in this game is pretty next level and rivals some of those most complicated games that we are already aware of, it can get even more deeper, a bit more complex if you want it to. And this is basically what the game looks like here, just to begin with anyway. We have a little ship. We had a quick look at the ship tree to see what else is available and to find my ship on there again, because I'm jumping back into the game after 5 months, and I did, like 5 or 6 hours last time, and most of it was familiarizing myself with the game. After having not been in the game for 5 or 6 months, I was once again pretty lost and had to refamiliarize myself a little bit. And so that is actually kind of, once again, where joining a corporation is a pretty good idea, because it does really help you reintroduce into the game, go into a big social aspect for the first time, or maybe come back after a bit of a stint away. And there's really lots of different types that you can join, ones that can accelerate certain just PvP goals, certain exploration goals, ones that really help you start out to the game, because there's lots of players that are more than willing to assist new players because they just love the game and they want to help others get into it, and then also expand their own corporations, their own big social circles. And so they do really try and encourage you to join a corporation in this game to have that big multiplayer experience, because that's basically how it's supposed to be played. So once I got my bearings, I was basically ready to get back out there and start exploring. So you jump around or warp around amongst space, and that basically gets you from place to place. So you can do various things. Space in this game is absolutely fucking massive. We're talking like hundreds of different warps and constellations and galaxy things, and you're warping around mostly just to go to do your other missions, or maybe find other people, PvP them, but yeah, it's kind of hard to say because this game is absolutely massive in what you can do. One of the true sandboxes, they say, because you basically get to pick what you do for yourself, and I was asked that a lot on stream as to what's the real goal of the game, what's the objective, that sort of thing. And it's really kind of up to you. Like, there's a lot you can do, and it's kind of setting your own focus, your own goals. You can be like you can be very PvP oriented, because Eve has famously had some of the largest PvP battles in any game ever, with thousands of people participating in these massive space battles. So you can become, PvP and more like battle oriented, like maybe even pirating people if you really want to go down that scummy route. You can become an enforcer, which is more like a bit of everything, and which involves like mining, corporation stuff, gaining notoriety amongst the cosmos, and also PvP style stuff. Exploring just the space in general, the whole universe fairly pretty, and just worth exploring. So a lot of what I was doing was actually just going around having a look at beautiful sights and sounds. And then, of course, you can become a mega corporation yourself, like an industrialist, just a monolith, a titan of billions of ISK. So ISK is kind of like the in-game currency. So what you're seeing here is essentially me trying to relearn the game a bit and do some of the earlier little missions, because I lost my bearings to some extent. And one of these types of missions is just go out and kill a few things, pick up a few things, and familiarize yourself with space combat. So you have to like lock onto enemies, you have to float around them, you have to use your lasers, you have to manage your shields and your armor and your like sort of battery power, which is kind of like your mana, stuff like that. Yeah, you start to get a grasp for it, and then space battle becomes pretty intuitive once you've got an actual grasp. So for the first day I was getting back into it, and then for the second day I was like doing the main epic campaign storyline thing, and I was pretty comfortable with my like gameplay at that point. So yeah, the second day is when I jumped back in and I was ready to have a poke around at some gigantic ships. So this is kind of like some of the end game style ships you can be looking at, but in some cases our eyes might be a bit bigger than our mouths. Is that how that works? Yeah, maybe. Because these are some end game ships. We're talking it might take months of like training and farming, that sort of stuff to get to. So we have a quick look at what the map of the kind of known universe looks like, and that's, like I said, hundreds of jumps and lots of space station locations and dangerous quadrants to go through, because some people camp out in certain quadrants waiting for us noobs to pop into and then just pirate you, blow you up, that sort of thing. But yeah, this is part of the exploration stuff I was talking about, looking around, finding suns and stars and planets, and yeah, some of these are really quite something to look at, and I think it's one of the best renditions of like a star or a sun I've seen. Just fucking anywhere, right? Like I would struggle to just find a nice picture of a sun like this that you could honestly use as like backgrounds and stuff. So there's a mode to disable all the UI, and then you can just have a look at whatever you're looking at, take a screenshot, use wallpaper, background, pretty stunning stuff. So doing a little bit of exploring in our new ship, because we did pick up a new ship, and then tried to get back to my like races or factions home base, just to start gearing it out. So this is, I think, our home base, which it's not really anything, there's no technical home base. This is just kind of like their large space station thing that shows off their faction. So we picked up a new ship, and the whole point was to then gear it out, which is one of the biggest portions of this game. You can fit it out with all the bells and whistles that you think you might need, and you can kind of customize it in specific ways. Like, do you want your weapons to fire better at longer range, at shorter range, a bit of everything? Because that type of stuff is very important in your space combat. Does it want to be more of like a mining vessel? Yeah, it goes pretty deep, but you can simplify it quite a lot just by picking like a preset thing that either they have given you or like other players have customized and shown to be possible, and then you can just fit it out like that. which is in turn basically what I ended up doing, fitting out my ship through one of the presets just for the epic mission, because the epic mission is like, I don't know, 70 missions or something like that in a few parts of a story. And then we went ahead and tried to go ahead and do that epic mission and see what the game has to offer us in pretty much every aspect. That will take you through a lot of different things and show you how you can kind of like start playing this game and what it means to actually play EVE Online. So yeah, this is also just a quick highlight of when I was doing one of the space battles. I zoomed in, I could see that, yep, my ship's firing lasers and it's taking incoming damage, and it's all pretty cool stuff. So you start out by being able to kind of face tank anything from like little mobs, but then eventually you do start losing shields, you do start losing armor, and it does start getting pretty intense. And if you lose your, ship and end up just straight up losing, well, sucks to be you. You got to rebuild another one, and that's completely fine. Unless we're talking some of the biggest ships out there, in which case they are something you want to hold on to and something that people have started wars over. So that there is a quick overview video of EVE Online, which just then had a big new Revenant expansion. So if you're someone that hasn't played it in a while, it's probably worth taking the time to check out what's going on again, because it's been getting many updates over the years, and probably one of the longest running, most updated games out there. And if you're someone new, well, good time to start now as well, because you can go down to the description, click the link, and kickstart your own EVE Online adventure with 1 million bonus skill points. That'll certainly help you get started. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.